Thank you very much. It's great to be here with you. You are our front line online. You are our cyber centurions using truth and technology to make sure that our principles and prosperity are again returned to America. For that, I thank you very much. I thank you for the courage to embrace these technologies, because as we know from our Commander-in-Chief, our President of the United States does not seem to like technology very much these days. So I would like to ask him to do us all a favor, that during his next campaign, he reject teleprompters so he can employ some cue card holders. And given the length of his speeches, those cue card holders are going to have some burly forearms. But in seriousness, it does point out the reality that the Democratic Party, that the left, practice the politics of the past. And a few examples should suffice to convince us of this. First of all, they are wed to big government. And as we know from the Obama administration, the era of big government is not over, but it is imploding. Because big government is antithetical to the world in which we live today. I want you to think about what you do at home. I want you to think about what you do to get your views across. We live in what is known as a communications revolution. This has had a wonderful effect on democratizing the economy. It has led to what is called a consumer economy. This is where the individual genius of your collective decisions in a free market help to advance the cause of prosperity for all Americans in the world. Big government rejects this. Big government rejects this in the area of cap and trade, where, transcending even Lyndon Johnson's wildest dreams, they believe they can regulate Americans and somehow control the weather. This is not only anti-scientific, this is not only ahistorical, it is insane. We have seen this in the area of Obamacare, where they believe that you, the sovereign citizens, should be subjected to your servants in Washington to determine which one of you will get what type of health care under the concept of comparative effectiveness. Do you know what comparative effectiveness is? That's where some genius in Washington determines whether or not you get your treatment based upon your cost to the government. That is not what this nation is about. This nation is about patient-centered wellness, about increasing the supply of health care so it can meet the rising demand, so that you can empower Americans to make their own determinations in conjunction with their doctors. That is why Obamacare must go. We will not invert our sovereignty beneath that policy. We have also seen it in the area of the fairness doctrine and in the area of net neutrality, where those who fear your ability to get your message out to your friends, to your neighbors, to people around the country and around the world would seek to regulate your internet, seek to regulate your media. This is the politics of the past. You cannot stop the tide of human communication beneath government regulation, and it is wrong to try to do so. We have also seen the failed politics of the past in the Wall Street bailout, which was as unjust as it is ineffectual, and we must have true banking restructuring to get credit flowing to the entrepreneurs and workers and innovators on Main Street to get this economy going. In the end, what we must do is no less than this. We can no longer nibble around the edges of our unsustainable spending in Washington, because it is not simply the habits of the Congress or the habits of the administration that have put us on this precipice. We must fundamentally restructure big government into a citizen-driven government, one that relies upon the concepts of self-government and federalism to ensure that we have matched our consumer-driven economy with what is known as a citizen-driven government, the kind the founders envisioned. And when we do, you will have matched a consumer economy with a citizen government, and you will realize the next American century, because you understand above all else the choices we face. We have a choice between liberty and servility. We have a choice between prosperity and poverty, between fiscal solvency or fiscal bankruptcy, between security or insecurity, between duty and indulgence, between exceptionalism or declinism. We will choose American exceptionalism. We will choose the next American century, not the 1970s. We will build an America that works, because we will again be able to bequeath this great nation that we've inherited to our children, and we will show the world what our free people can achieve. Thank you for all you do. Rock on, my brother.